On this week's episode, we talk about Call of Duty Ghost. Enjoy the show.
Okay, so for the second and hopefully to God last time this week, let's get into the news. This is a YouTube inside joke for you. I'd ask you how you're doing, Jordan, but I know that you and I both wish we were dead right now. We don't have coronavirus, by the way.
Yeah, I almost just broke down and cried in front of yeah.
Get one of those Microsoft, those old cheesy, they're not that old, Microsoft commercials with the "I want to see you be brave." Except there's a gun in your mouth, like
Yeah.
a Frank video.
Oh,
I've actually been listening to a decent amount of Joji.
Nice.
I never really got into him a lot. Or there one song, but I've been enjoying him lately. Oh God, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I'm so tired and
I am so
hungry and
self-consciously.
I wanna go to bed and
I
die.
am self-consciously watching this recording to make sure that.
Subconsciously?
Did I say that? I meant to say I am.
No, you didn't say subconsciously. You said
Oh,
self-consciously, which I don't
Sure.
think is a word.
Maybe I just made it
You
up.
can be self-conscious, but can you be self-consciously?
I don't know. I just want to make sure that this works and we deliver the best thing we can.
We can go ahead into it. Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm tired. Explain to them why
Okay, I got it. So
this is late. The podcast is gonna be, I don't know, half a day late maybe.
yeah. So for beginning of time, we've been using Audacity, and
Time after time.
yes. So I got a new laptop for the podcast to record because the other one was kind of going kaput. So hopefully everything on this one is now working correctly. I used it for the first time yesterday to record, hooked up everything, all the mics, and ours isn't just plug and play. It's, we use 2XLR mics, all this yada yada. And so, I was thinking, okay, cool. Everything's set up correctly. Kobe. Then
Just do a pillow and it landed in our sink.
a little comic relief is always healthy. Anyway, so everything's plug and play on the old one, and with the new one, I thought I set up everything correctly. Long story short, went to edit it, had the file. Apparently, I have OneDrive on this laptop
It
now.
sounded like shit. We recorded a 2-hour podcast or whatever. It sounded like shit, so we had to can it. We found out the morning, so a couple of you might have even downloaded and listened to it. It sounded like absolute garbage. We had to figure out if we tried to salvage it, but it's basically, in my opinion, unlistenable. I wouldn't listen to it, so we did not want to subject anyone to listening to it. We figured if we were going to make anybody listen to this garbage, it might as well be good garbage.
Yep. So now I have a trial of Hindenburg Pro, which is a outlandishly expensive program. But luckily the trial is 14 days, so I can play between this trial.
2 podcasts out of it.
Well, I can try between this trial and Reaper, because Reaper is 60 days, or 30 days, whatever it is. Or 60 sessions. I don't know. I'm still slightly baby flabbergasted about all of this. And, I'm no audio engineer, but damn, fucking.
I woke up this morning and went to tweet about the podcast and everything. And I can't even remember why I decided to listen to. I don't always do that, but I happened to listen to the podcast, and it was. I'm so glad I did. It was so bad.
This is why.
Just so sad.
Kids. This is why you don't.
Stay up until 3 a.m. editing.
Yes.
And you don't realize how bad the edit is.
Yes. Yeah. And make sure you have good headphones. Luckily, it's not the headphones I'm using. It was just the sleep deprivation of just trying to.
Said
Yeah.
the reason was it was in. For some reason, our two audios got separated into left and right sides. Like if you were listening to in headphones and you only had one headphone in, you might not hear one of us.
Yeah.
But that would have been much more preferred over what ended up happening.
Yeah, it was weird the way that it recorded. It like separated them, and then the way it is plugged in. I'm going into the left track and he's going into the right track. to get weirdly technical, but then the program puts them together. But for some reason, Audacity in this one separated them, and it all became disgustingly confusing.
I don't want to get. I don't want
Anyway,
to get too into the ways in this. It sounded bad. We had to get rid of it.
we're redoing it,
We're doing it.
and that's how this is.
Well, it'll probably be out. Hopefully right after today. The day.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be out today, for sure. Let's get into what we've been playing.
It might be a little more rushed. I don't know, depending on how we feel. Hopefully, it won't be okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into what we're playing. Also, the format we're trying something a little different. Basically, we're putting the leaks and sneak peeks and the news together, partially because of what happened, partially because there's not a bunch of huge news topics, and partially because I just wanted to try something different.
There you go. Just kind of breezing wheezy through, but not rushing through what I've been playing. Beat Sakura Wars. It was enjoyable. I went through and kind of tried to decide what kind of ending I wanted with that, and it's a good game. I liked it. It's definitely not for everybody at all. It's a weeaboo warrior dating sim mech warrior sort of a thing.
It's weird because I feel like we're reiterating everything we talked about, yesterday because we are.
Yes.
But we talked about how apparently like every Sakura Wars has
Sakura.
a Sakura as the main character, which is really weird.
Yeah, this Sakura, I'm trying to remember the things I said yesterday. So this Sakura, when she was a child, got saved by Sakura Sojieshi. I think that's her name, whatever. Anyway, so she got saved by her, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love you so much. I'm gonna be a battler when I'm older too." And she joins the. I mean, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, she becomes a imperial fighter. I guess that's what they're called. Anyway, there's something because they're like, nobody knows the Imperial Theater girls are actually our military. Ho ho ho. It's so funny. But yeah, I loved that game. It was really enjoyable. I played 2 indie games that I regret buying on Steam that I'm not even going to mention this run through. I kind of liked. They're okay. I liked one of them called Legend of the Keepers, where you're a dungeon master and you actually work for Dungeon Inc. and you have heroes that come in your dungeon. You can either scare them and they run away, or you can kill them. And then, say some of your mob buddies, if they die during the dungeon, obviously they get revived because you have that power as the dungeon master. But, you might have to pay them some extra gold or some extra loot to get them to go back in the dungeon, or you might even pay for their therapy. So that's kind of funny. It's interesting. It's in mega early access. I think it's on like 0.8 whatever mode or version it is or something like that. And so that was that. And then...
What the hell does that sound? Is my TV on? I don't have a TV.
Neighbors? I think it was neighbors. Really loud neighbors. Sorry about that. But moving on, what else have I been playing? I jumped back in and played some more Bleeding Edge. I was quickly reminded that there are a lot of children playing that game, and how much I want to enjoy the game, but I really can't because it's uncoordinated chaos when it comes to a 4v4 team-based melee fighter.
That's a game that I just continue to forget exists.
Yeah, it's not anything special to write home about. I will say there was a cool character that I played. It's a tank, and it's a dolphin that's inside of a mech aquarium. So that was kind of cool. I do not understand any of the mechanics of the abilities that it has, but it's kind of fun to see a dolphin in an aquarium punch some other generically interesting, I guess, characters.
The game could not be doing well.
I don't think it is. If I just had to guess, mostly because I don't know, it just doesn't seem, in a world that has Apex and Overwatch and I guess Amazon Crucible.
Bunch.
Yeah.
Of multiplayer games that we know are doing well, and I've never heard anything about this game whatsoever. It's made by a studio that's not made or not known for multiplayer games. It's weird. This is the same team that made Senua's Sacrifice, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange. And they're making a sequel to that for the Xbox. I want to say 2, the Xbox Series X. I'm assuming it's gonna be on the Xbox One as well. I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that game is just strange.
it is strange. I want to like it. I want it to be successful just because it's different and goofy. The last thing I jumped into was Yakuza Zero, and I've actually been streaming Yakuza Zero as well on my Twitch, twitch.tv Swaylock, if you want to check that out. But I am in love with this game so far. I'm excited to play all the rest of the games. I'm only 2 hours, 3 hours in, if that, but it is super enjoyable. I love everything down from the combat to the random karaoke, the character beats, just how everybody acts. Little side quest. You'll be walking down the street and this guy will be like, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you," and the guy's like, "Listen, I do not have time for this. I do not don't even talk to me." He's like, "I'm gonna fight you," and then it's kind of cool. It becomes like it's a brawler style game, so it kind of opens up the scene and people around you they'll stay to watch the fight, but they'll back away, and then it becomes like a fighting ground, and you can pick up everything from a trash can to like a motorcycle and hit somebody, which is insane. And I just love the combat. It's awesome.
You ever get your controller fixed? I know
Oh yeah.
the button was sticking.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I dropped off my controller to a local hobby shop that repairs them. He didn't give me an ETA on when it was going to be ready, so I was itching to get a controller. Went on a lofty adventure to get a controller. Almost bought one for $30 more from Facebook. Ended up
Almost
not
bought an elite
elite.
controller
Yeah,
for $30 more than it's worth.
yeah. So didn't do that. Walmart didn't have any. GameStop didn't have any. Best Buy didn't have any.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
How sold out everything is.
I mean, the hobby shop that I went to that sells Xbox and like it was insane. Nobody had any anywhere, and I was gonna order one online. And I was like, wait, let me check Best Buy one more time because I was gonna order it off of Best Buy because Walmart didn't have any on.
Should just ordered it off of. I told you just go on Xbox.com. They got every single color and combination you could ever want.
Yeah, but I checked our Best Buy. Checked on BestBuy.com and they were like, hey, your local shop has shipment of them. And I'm like, that's cool. I guess they just conveniently got a truck after I left or sometime today. So I went back and did the curbside pickup thing and got it, and it's pretty nice. If I do say so myself, it's one of the sports red ones. Has like the texturized grip on the bottom. I really like the way it feels. Haven't gotten to use it yet. Hopefully I'll jump back on and play some more Yakuza later today. So there's a cut on my hand. I don't know how that got there, but that sucks. Luckily it's not just bursting blood everywhere. But yeah.
Anything else exciting?
No, I've been bouncing around Runeterra from like gold 2 to gold 4, just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Okay. Well, as far as me, I'm still trucking along at RE3. Haven't really had a chance to play it since Saturday. I want to say we had a friend over, and then we recorded the podcast. Did all the podcast stuff yesterday, so I couldn't play. So I was planning on playing today, and then the podcast kind of shit itself. So we've been spending half the day trying to fix the podcast. So that didn't really. I haven't really had a chance to play that. Hopefully, I will play it tonight sometime. I'm still enjoying it. Definitely recommend that for sure. It's very very pretty. It looks like the new RE engine that they've been using for the past couple games. Really looking forward. I'm sure they're gonna. We've talked about the RE4 remake. I'm sure that's gonna be coming in a year or two. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, people are complaining that it's short. And I do understand, but Resident Evil games have always been short, so it doesn't bother me. Seems like it's probably gonna be a little shorter, an hour or two shorter than most Resident Evil games. But I mean, that's okay. I don't like super terribly long games. Also, in between bouts of Runeterra, I have picked up Gwent. I tried playing this. I know I've talked about this on the podcast before. It's a Witcher card game. If you don't know, they released it as its own separate game years ago. Never could really get into it. And then I don't know, last week sometime I think I realized that they have a similar import system as Runeterra, which I thought was super cool. So I've been going online and basically looking up decks that look cool and are supposed to be good, and downloading them. I had like 20,000, 30,000 scraps. I think it was like 30,000 scraps. So I've made like 4 or 5 decks from that, and I think I probably still make one more deck out of it, because at most it seems like five, six. No, most of them are more than that. It's like 8,000, and I think I made three. I think I made four decks, and I'm making make one more cheap deck.
Nice.
So that's been fun. The game's super pretty. It's very different mechanically. You don't really attack or anything. You play the cards and they have point values. It's really, really cool. I've super been enjoying that.
Nice.
I do kind of miss when the game first came out. It felt more like you're playing a card game. It felt like kind of in Hearthstone. If you play Hearthstone, but it feels like you're playing a card game in the World of Warcraft universe, and that's what this used to feel like. And it definitely feels less like that now, because it doesn't look like you're in a tavern. There used to be a table. It looked like you used to play on a table, and now it kind of looks like you're playing on a battlefield, which kind of sucks. But I still think it's worth playing if you like card games. Actually, I forgot to talk about this, but I should have talked about this with Resident Evil 3. For some reason, I have been having trouble with the controller with that game when I have been trying to play with the controller, because I guess it's usually if a game's not an FPS or a strategy game, something like that, I will a lot of times play on controller. But the controller, like every few minutes, especially when there's a lot of stuff on screen, it seems like during boss fights and stuff, like during the one of the fights with I want to say Mr. X, it's Nemesis. When he was shooting a flamethrower at me, it just went ape shit basically. It went bananas. It was spinning around. My FPS took a hit. I couldn't control. I think it's Jill. At all, pretty much. I had to disconnect my controller, reconnect it, and then a few minutes later, it happened again during the fight. It kept causing me to lose the fight, basically. So I kind of just completely gave up. I looked it up online, and it seems like some other people are having this issue. I don't think any of them specifically said Resident Evil 3, but some people are saying, especially it seems like with Steam, sometimes I guess the Steam controller support doesn't always work correctly. So I just decided screw it. I tried to update it because I thought maybe that's the issue. Maybe my controller needs an update. I actually downloaded this weird software, but I ended up deleting that because it didn't need updating. And I just was like, screw it. I just use mouse keyboard, and it actually ended up working really, really well. Plays super smoothly. I think I beat Nemesis the first time I fought him, which was great. I was surprised at how well it works.
That's awesome. I love when a game is optimized for both controller and keyboard. That's always.
I guess it's a survival horror game.
Yeah.
Obviously, but you are shooting, you are turning around.
True.
Kind of like you're in a shooter. I thought it felt fairly natural. It certainly felt better than this busted controller experience.
Yeah, I guess we both have some. We both had some controller disarray this week.
Yeah, that's true. And I picked up Thronebreaker, which is the Witcher. I'm going back and forth. I should have probably paired these other things together, but I picked up Thronebreaker because I was watching basically some Gwent content, and I noticed that one of the guys said that if you buy Thronebreaker, you get some kegs, which are the equivalent of packs, and in the Witch in Gwent, you get like 5 kegs or something plus some extra stuff if you've got Thronebreaker. And I've been wanting to play Thronebreaker anyway. It's like this super highly lauded card-based Western RPG, and it's $10 right now.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Steam. I don't know about on other shops, but on Steam it's $10, which is half off, which is all right. And also, I kind of wanted to talk about a couple things here. The first, I'll go ahead and say this. I've been watching some No Clip on YouTube. If you don't know, they are I want to say Kickstarter, but they're a Patreon-backed group, I guess you could call them, who do video game documentaries. You might know them. They're fairly popular, but I've watched a bunch of their Witcher content. Definitely want to recommend that if you like. If you want to know more information about CD Projekt Red, I think they are releasing an Arcane Studios deep dive. Really cool, super highly produced. I found out a lot of stuff that was interesting. They do things like obvious stuff. They talk about the graphics. They talk about the quests. But they also talk about not just the writing, but the localization. They go in depth on localization, which is super, super interesting. Highly, highly recommend it. I've been meaning to watch them for a long time, but for some reason I really never got around to doing it much, and I'm probably gonna do it more in the future.
Okay, cool. That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet to watch. Like,
oh yeah.
I just said it weird. How they deliver their information.
And then the last thing I want to talk about here is actually something that I haven't been doing. As you probably know, I've been playing because I've talked about it on the past, on the past, on the podcast, the past of the podcast, about playing The Last of Us. About how I didn't really enjoy it when it first came out, and then maybe a month or so ago, I started playing it again, and I immediately enjoyed it more than I did 10 years ago or so.
Okay. Yeah.
That being said, I don't know if I can keep playing it. I realize I would never say it's a bad game. You know, it is a well-made game. It's well acted. It's pretty, especially for a PS3 game. And I know it's been like it was up-res and everything for the PS4, but it's an old game.
Yeah.
I find myself just not really having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely understand what you mean. Just like what you told me when I was 30 hours deep in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was saying, I almost felt I guess obligated is a good word to say. I felt obligated to play it because it was the new hot thing to talk about it on the podcast.
Well, yeah, imagine that, but with The Last of Us.
Exactly. And I really was not enjoying it. You told me, and I didn't ever think about this. And you're like, if you're not enjoying it at 30 hours, you're not going to be enjoying it at 5, 10, 20 more hours or the end of it. It just might not be for you. Not all games are for everybody.
I'm not enjoying it at 6 hours.
Yeah, then
I looked at, because I was kind of getting antsy. I looked up how long to beat or something on where I was in the game. I think I'm maybe halfway through.
Yeah.
And just like I don't want to keep doing this. I don't care that much. Like I said, the characters are the characters are well done. The environments look good. The story is at least somewhat interesting, but at the end of the day, it's a video game.
Yeah.
If I'm not having fun with it, I don't really care if everything else around it is good.
Yeah, exactly.
If I would rather go play Uncharted. Talking about a lot of people compare The Last of Us and Uncharted, but I would rather move on to another game, to a new game.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I think it comes with the stigma of, in this society, especially with video games, different stuff like that, hey, if you don't like something that everybody else likes, there's this mob mentality to get around you and be like, well, why don't you like it? What do you have legit reasons in this other person's eye to actually not like it? And that's okay if you don't like it.
Yeah, I feel like when I turn on my PS4, which I haven't done, I don't think I've turned on my PS4 for like a week, because I feel like if I turn my PS4 on, I need to play The Last.
No, man.
I want to play BioShock. I want to play Persona 5. I want to play Uncharted 4, going back to Uncharted. And I feel like I'm almost avoiding turning on my PlayStation because of The Last of Us.
Dude, I'd say just, uninstall it and save some space for whatever is going to come next that you want to enjoy, and play something that you'll enjoy.
I'll always have the game. Yeah. So maybe one day I can go back in the future. Maybe in 10 more years, I'll find it'll finally click with me or something.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes we program into our brain, okay, this is a fantastic, X series is a fantastic series, and I need to love it like everybody else loves it. And sometimes it's hard to get out of that mentality. There's a lot of people that are like that with Kingdom Hearts, and they're like, you played all the Kingdom Hearts games, but you don't like...
I don't think anybody is like that with Kingdom Hearts. I think... I disagree with that completely.
Yeah, I think there are some ignorant Kingdom Hearts fans out there.
Oh, no, yeah, but no one gives a shit about Kingdom Hearts fans. That's my point. Oh. The Last of Us is The Last of Us. Yeah. That's completely different from Kingdom Hearts. The Last of Us is put on this pedestal, and it's almost worse than when I dropped Horizon. 6 months ago or whatever, when I was playing Horizon, I'm fairly certain I was pretty close to beating that game. I got to a boss, I stopped having fun, I dropped that bitch.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I gave him a little flack for dropping Horizon, because I adored Horizon. It was so much fun. Was it difficult here and there? Yeah, it was kind of ball busting here and there.
No, I didn't think it was hard, really. That's not why I dropped it.
I'm not saying you.
I dropped it because it wasn't fun.
I'm not saying that you dropped it because it was hard. I'm just saying that everybody has different experiences and stuff, and you dropped it because it was not fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I kind of picked at you a little bit, like, oh man, it's a good game. Why did you? But I get it.
I always when I was playing the game, this is going back to Horizon. When I was playing the game before I got to the boss, yes, I was enjoying it for the most part, but there were a couple times here and there where I was just like, this is just not fun at all. This is just straight up poor game design. Why I'm not doing any damage or this. I don't think that bow and arrow combat when you're a foot from something is good. I think that that's fundamentally bad game design, but most of it felt good enough to where I could get by because the story was interesting, and the world is very pretty, and the characters for the most part are very well written and very well voice acted, and then I got to this boss, and I'm like, oh no, I was right. This just isn't fun. I'm having to fight this thing with a bow and arrow that's doing jack shit for damage, by the way. And a few people that I've told this to are like, oh, well, you just got to grind. It's an action game. No, I will not grind. If a game does not give you the tools to beat every single boss, every single main boss on the way to that boss, no, I'm sorry, but no. No, okay? This isn't some super secret Xehanort Kingdom Hearts boss. It wasn't even the final boss. I just wasn't enjoying it, and I wasn't enjoying The Last of Us for different reasons. Well, not really. I didn't think either one of them were fun, I guess, so I don't know. Screw me, maybe if the rumors are true about Spider-Man being next month PS Plus, I'll go play Spider-Man again. Yeah. I'd really go play Spider-Man again than play The Last of Us.
I mean, hey, and that's 100% that's prerogative.
I think that works.
Yeah, that's your whole thing. And now, granted,
I would never get mad at anyone for liking The Last of Us.
Yeah, true. And granted, I was one of those people that was saying, hey, you need to grind, because in some instances in Horizon Zero Dawn, just kind of going to bat for it a little bit here. I will say that it is a bitch to have to use certain weapons on certain bosses, and certain things are more effective, and you got to do certain things to get, okay, well, I need more parts to upgrade this weapon, and it essentially is slightly grindy. But I was, it was a different experience for me. I didn't see it I didn't have the same experience as Ryan, because I was gung-ho in that world. I was for it. I loved the fruit, and it's just because...
I also don't think that every game... every game in the last 35 years has been an open world RPG, third-person action game. Every single damn game. And I was just tired of that too. And this is like that, except it's less fun. The Last of Us is less fun than Horizon. It doesn't look as good as Horizon.
I would agree with both those statements. But I am, I'm also the person that's excited for The Last of Us.
I was going to say, I actually thought to myself, when I kind of came to this conclusion that I don't think I'm going to finish The Last of Us, hey man, I at least I can save some money and not buy The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, exactly.
That does look a little more fluid than the first game.
Yeah, it's funny. Video games are one of those. I guess with
subjective.
Anything, really.
They're very subjective.
Yes, they are.
Any form of entertainment is subjective, but a lot of times the big AAA blockbusters, most people that play video games are gonna like them, and for the most part, I do. I think I like Assassin's Creed Odyssey more than The Last of Us, because it was just way more fun.
Yeah, there were some fun times for me in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but all in all, I think it just didn't click for me, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people try to tell me, I don't know what this accent I'm doing is. I didn't mean to do one. It just kind of happened when I was speaking.
Oh,
anyway.
Did you do an accent? I didn't even notice.
It was with my tongue. It wasn't really a throat thing. It was just how I was talking with words. And I picked up on it, and it made me freak out. So I had to stop myself. Clicking with video games. So sometimes I want to try to express myself better to people, and it's hard because I have this whole thing in my mind, and it makes sense to me. So it's hard to elaborate with when I mean clicking. If a video game,
I think everyone knows what that means. When something clicks with, I think everyone knows what it means when you say this didn't click with you. It didn't jive with you. It didn't. It didn't. You didn't like it. It's saying something doesn't click with you is like admitting that it's not bad, but saying that you didn't enjoy it. And I think that's almost like a better word, because some people will try to be like, "Well, The Last of Us is supposed to be fun." Well, I didn't enjoy it. So I'm moving on. I don't want to go on this for too long, but
thank you for putting the words in my mouth. They were there.
Okay, so let's move on to some new games though before we get into the news of the week. First off, this is a game I want to play. I've been wanting to play it since it first came out on the Wii. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is going to be coming out in just a few days on 5/29. That is May the 29th.
Legends of Runeterra, Riot's collectible online card game. If you weren't familiar.
Oh yeah, I made it. I worked for Riot.
Hey baby, you made some. You got some good updates coming out Wednesday. Then
I'm excited.
Wednesday of this week when you're listening to this. So tomorrow.
I'm excited. They're releasing some new emotes, which of course isn't the most. It's not the thing to be most excited about.
No, but they're cool.
But man, there's a couple of emotes that are so good. I might have to pick up. Yeah, I've spent almost nothing on this game so far, and I can't wait to look at everything in action. They nerfed some cards, they've buffed some cards, and I'm very, very excited to see how the format changes it. Did you mention that it's Wednesday?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. It is on Wednesday, and like I agree with everything Ryan that said, that it's going to be an interesting update, because they didn't completely crucify any decks or anything, but they did make.
They gutted a couple cards though,
which I'm okay with. But coming from, I've played games where crucifixion has happened, and it sucks when your deck gets just crucified.
Yeah, the one good thing about online card games that are better than live, I guess, IRL card games is IRL card games very rarely get errated.
Yes.
It usually just gets banned, or it gets limited to
or whatever,
like playing only one copy in a deck. But in an online card game,
they can
fine-tune cards. Exactly. They can rewrite the cards and make it way easier, because even if you do errata a card in real life, it's a lot of people are going to have the copy of the card that reads differently.
Mm-hmm. Or they're going to have the different realization of, well, we're playing this format, not this no. None of this rule shark rigmarole.
Wait, what? Does that happen to you?
Yeah. So they're like, we're actually playing, this is a tournament, we're actually playing point format, whatever this. Fam, this is a standard tournament. None of this malarkey.
Go check out that update if you are interested, though. Up next, Saints Row the Third is getting a remaster, which is available now on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I know you have spoken about this game in the past. Do you plan on picking it up? Or
I'm interested in it. I think I'm going to have to bring back the old Google Calendar, a video game wheel where I just...
Yeah, you spoke about that the other day.
Yeah, it helps me. I literally just sit down like the night before and schedule out, okay, I'm going to play Yakuza for 3 hours. I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'm going to play some Apex for 2 hours. I'm going to work on this. And then I just literally schedule out how long and what games I'm going to play for the day, so I can fit in more games throughout the week, rather than just, well, today I've put, 8 hours in this game, but I really wish I could have done this event on this other game.
Sometimes it's nice to binge a game.
It is.
But then sometimes it's nice to play 3 hours of a game and then move on and play, this and that.
So to answer your question, yes, I am still interested in the Saints universe, the mythos, whatever you want to call it. It's still one of those things. I remember I had the oh my gosh, open the pearly gates moment on the podcast, where it was, I did not know this game had aliens or anything like that.
What did you think this game was? I can't remember.
I thought it was a, dang it, what was it? Oh, I thought it was a game where you were a undercover cop that plays a priest that is like trying to do something with drug cartels.
Okay.
That I think that was my first thing. I don't know what episode it was in, but yeah, generally that's what I thought this game was. So when we were introducing the new Saints Row 3, talking about it and reading the synopsis, I was like, wait a minute, aliens? Wait, what the fuck is this?
Aliens?
I was like, hold up. What? I thought you were like a priest, undercover Catholic priest, father cartel.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I was thinking like Ozark meets Narcos meets Breaking Bad meets
GTA.
Like GTA sort of a thing. But no, that is not what this is.
All right. It's a big week for Riot Games. actually, Valorant, the CS:GO like is coming to a PC near you. I am interested in this game. Obviously, I've played it, but I said this. I remember I said this on the scuffed version of this podcast. I get so mad because I swear, like a good 30%. I was gonna say half, but a good 30% of the time, either I will see some lunatic on the other team just come sprinting, looking in the complete opposite direction of me, do a quick scope, no scope, 360 off and trip and shoot me in the head, or my teammate will attempt to do this and get one shot in the head. It's so the game is well made. I think it looks good despite what a lot of people have said. I think that it will be interesting to watch. I don't know if I can participate myself. I want a new FPS. I've been looking for a new FPS. I haven't played Overwatch in months at this point, but I've been looking for a new, good, solid FPS. I just don't know if this one is for me. I think it just makes me too mad.
I don't want to play the game because you can't run.
Well, you can run, but you're kind of an asshole because you end up getting your teammate killed.
Yeah. I want to sprint, though. Apex has spoiled me with movement and the fast-pacedness of it. Like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about Valorant, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, we'll see if it tempts me into the dark side, as it were. But for now, I do not have it installed.
This next game is one that I'm kind of hyped for, and I need to pick
They're
up.
going to sponsor Shark Week.
That'd be all.
Although I don't know if it would make sense.
Maneater is out now on Epic, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One.
This looks like a old school 90s ass game.
Yeah, I love it. Epic tweeted out like one of the trailers or something this week, and one of the guys replied, "Oh, a generic, just shark eat 'em up game."
What the heck?
And the person below him goes, "Well, good job commenting on not knowing anything about this game, or watching the trailer, or even being able to."
What the hell is an eat 'em up? That's not a thing. I think he described it really well. I think he's a lunatic because how is that in any way generic? What the hell are you talking about?
Have you not seen the trailer?
Have you ever?
For this?
It's like saying, "Oh man, another generic game in which you play as a trash can." No,
It's like, It's like saying this is just Pac-Man if he could swim.
And if it
What?
was
No.
3D, and if you could upgrade Pac-Man, and if you could eat actual human beings, and
In the fucking trailer, a baby shark fights a damn alligator.
holy crap!
I think, if I remember right. All I know is this game's badass. I put it in my cart last night for
It
Epic.
looks fun.
I didn't buy it because
You
I
too busy
knew,
buying your weird 50-cent indie games.
No, I'm too busy. I was too busy looking at how much money I was going to spend on an audio.
You're too busy with your hands in your head in your hands, depressed about having to re-record the podcast.
It's like just looking at it, just knowing that when you go to sleep and you wake up, it's going to be a nightmare, and you're just going to end up emotionally eating, and ultimately end up just having to redo something you just spent time doing.
Hungry.
We're going to eat after this because I'm like mad hungry.
Oh really?
Like not.
We also need to go to Walmart and pick up a new table. This one's just too small, man. We've been using this one for a while. It's just
This isn't even a table.
no.
Bro.
This is like a nightstand.
Yeah. I'm just to clarify. I'm not mad as in I'm starving.
I'm mad hungry.
No, I'm like frustrated mad. Like I'm frustrated hungry. Where you're like, whatever I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna pretend it's alive.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck up whatever.
Interesting.
I'm gonna eat. And it's gonna make me feel better because I can dominate it, and I couldn't dominate Audacity. They lost. I mean, they won.
They
what
won.
Did look at?
Well, they certainly didn't lose. We lost. We certainly lost. The final thing on I had to read this last night, and I got it. No,
I'll do it.
No, you will not take this away from me. You will not. You will not lessen my self-hatred. Shit. I need to clean my glasses. Rumino, Prelude to the Fallen. That's almost as bad as the Kingdom Hearts game. Out now for the PS4, and the fledgling PS Vita. I don't think fledgling was the right word there, because I think fledgling means like
nice word.
baby.
That's a Pokemon.
Fledgling is a Pokemon.
Isn't that what you said?
Fledgling.
Sometimes I think people just slide in Pokemon words in real life to see if other people notice.
Son of a Bisharp.
That's right.
Son of
That's
a
right.
Professor Birch.
It's like, whoa, what did
Yeah.
you say, man? Nothing. And you tell them, no, man, I said the right word. And then you make you think they're going crazy. Yeah. This game looks interesting. I put my Vita specifically on my desk so that I could play it and do things with it. Only downside about having a large desk is it becomes a catch-all for everything. You know, as far as, you know, I'm gonna have a calendar on there. It just becomes my thing where I do things like everything.
Well, everything in
You know
your
what I'm saying?
is on your desk pretty much.
It's just on there. So it just becomes, you know, I eat there, edit there, do, you know, shoe shining, different stuff like that, and so it just becomes this thing. And I guess I just admitted I need to clean my desk, but yeah.
Yep.
That's how you got to say it. It's that looks interesting. I need to show my Vita some love. I probably need to plug that bitch in. It's probably thirsty for some juice.
I thought you kept it plugged in.
I unplugged it because I needed to charge my Raycons.
Ah.
So, or
They do use the same. They both use.
micro.
That's the only thing I don't like about Raycons is they use micro USB, which is kind of insane in 2020.
It really is.
All right, let's move on to the news. First up, Ghost of Tsushima has been revealed by Sony to be 30 to 50 hours long.
I'm okay with that. I liked all the doobly doops we saw last week or the week before, when they released all the kind of the back of
The systems and the
That's the
gameplay.
word I was looking for. Yeah, I like seeing that 30 and 50 hours. That's
a meaty but not too meaty, I'd say.
Yeah, I want to say that's a sweet spot, but I'm saying that now, and I'm about to go on a Yakuza's journey, so I might want to only play short games after
Well,
I'm
the
done
first
doing
one's.
the Yakuza.
I don't know about 0, but I think 1 is only like 15 hours, which isn't too bad.
That's not bad. That's like a weekender. And
You
a
watched
half.
that show as a kid, The Weekenders?
Not familiar with that one.
They go
I
and,
watched Saved
and
by the
eat
Bell.
snacks. That's pretty much the show. And they skateboard, and they're like, yo, man, it ain't the weekend no more.
There you go. That's cool. That reminded me of like a combination. These two things aren't related whatsoever. Rocket Power and Breakfast Club.
That's kind of the show.
Oh, cool. Well, that's what I combined in my head to remind me of that. I like this game. I'm realizing more and more that I think that's one thing that really...
You like this? You mean you think you'll like it? We do not have early copies of Ghost of Tsushima.
We do not have early copies of Ghost of Tsushima. What I was trying to
Although
say
Sony, you can hit us up, you know.
at onewaypodcast@gmail.com. So what I was saying is I really like this world. I like Japan a lot, and it's nice to be able to, because, you know, Corona, you can't really go to Japan right now. So
Why are our neighbors the loudest things on the face of the planet?
I do not understand how a human can talk that loud. Granted, I'm a loud person, but that's...
It landed upon us.
Oh, man. Okay. Back to me loving Japan.
No.
Well, yeah, duh. I think that's what draws me to Ghost of Tsushima, and that really clicked with me with, what's it called? Yakuza.
But
Because
not Sekiro.
Not Sekiro. Yeah, I know.
Scumbags.
Listen, I think I'm gonna admit this. I can't play Sekiro because my mind and body will not let me play that methodically.
Well, I've heard
And
that
I know it's
from the what they were saying. This is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be hard, like Dark Souls, but I think you are gonna have to play somewhat methodically.
yeah, and you know, granted, yes, Sekiro is my first Souls-esque game. and
They're
it's-
called Souls likes.
Oh, thank you, Wikipedia page. I appreciate it. Souls-like, and I don't really know if I really enjoy that.
That's fine, but
And exactly, and not the hard aspect, but you know, it's one of those. Ghost of Tsushima is either going to be one of those, spent $60 on this, damn it, I regret it, but I'm okay because this is a good game. It's just not for me. I'm glad I gave them my money, or thank God I bought this game. Either way, what I'm saying is, either way, I'm going to.
It does look pretty fun. I think 30 to 50 hours isn't too terribly long if the game is very good. If it's not so great, that can drag. I mean, when I got to the end of A Plague Tale of Innocence, which I really enjoy, it was like 15 hours maybe, and that game started to drag towards the last couple hours. So a game can be 4 hours and drag if it's not good, if it isn't meant to be that long. So if it is made well, and if those 30 to 50 hours are spent in a good way, then that's a good time, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
There you go, nice. Next up, we're going to have the Mafia trilogy. Literally last week, after we got done recording the day after, they were like all across the timeline, sprinkled around like hot little juicy Krispy Kreme donuts.
I even think it started to leak before the next day.
They were like, hey man, Mafia trilogy.
So this is actually kind of weird because you can go get this now. You can it's $60 for the 3 definitive editions of Mafia 1, 2, and 3.
Which I think is a banging price.
It's a pretty good deal. I understand the first 2 games are getting pretty old, but the last game only came out several years ago, so it's not too bad.
Think about it this way: you're getting 3 games for $60. That's not bad at all. That's a lot of content. It's a lot of content to enjoy.
So the weird thing about this though is, if you buy the trilogy right now, you get Mafia 2 and 3 right now. But if you go on 2K's website, it just on Mafia 1 it just says coming soon.
Interesting. You know, it's nice to know those little workarounds. Thank you, internet. I never played these games. My mom never would let me because she thought I'd turn into a
gangster.
Yeah.
No, you said, and I quote, you said, whore pimp.
Thank you. Yes, I couldn't remember my mom's own quote. Yeah, Mom, I don't know if you listened to the other episode because I think you're busy, but text me and let me know what a whore pimp is because I still don't know. And
is it a whore that just gets paid without
I think she had a couple. She had like a list of things I couldn't be.
You're being a whore pimp.
I couldn't be a whore pimp. I couldn't be a pimp. Couldn't be a prostitute. I couldn't be a drug dealer, and I couldn't be a Chippendale. So
I bet they make decent money.
Yeah. So I had to find the like real life equivalents that are legal of all those. And I was like, okay, so I can. Well,
Chippendales are legal. They're just male strippers.
She just didn't want me to be a male stripper. So yeah, I never was able to play these games.
I've heard really good things about the first one. I know the third one people liked, but it was kind of a disappointment. And I don't know anything about the second one.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't tell you anything about these games before, learning about them. I might have, before learning about Saints Row, really, I probably would have put Saints Row and Mafia in the same the same thing.
They are very, very different. One of them is a hyper realistic Mafia story where people die and it is not a happy time, and the other one is a superhero playground world.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the Saints Row. I think the reason I'm not going to play Mafia trilogy though is because I'm already doing that in Japan right now, and
and you're completely I could see that. Although I think that Yakuza is kind of like Mafia and Saints Row put together. That's cool. Because Yakuza is a goofy ass series.
It really is. I will say that Yakuza, when I'm playing it, it feels like I'm playing an arcade game.
Very Japanese.
And it feels like I'm playing an arcade game, and I never run out of quarters. I just keep playing the beat 'em ups, and it's a lot of fun. I've talked about it, I guess, a lot more in this run through than I did the other one, just because I really want to get this done to go play more Yakuza. Also, we have podcast stuff coming this week. I'm also
excited about that. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be here tomorrow.
This stupid pop filter is falling again. It's literally taped to my microphone and it's still falling.
Listen, man, that tape can only hold so much. It's getting tired.
True. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so Days of Play is a kind of sale type thing that Sony does every once in a while, and they are bringing it back this year again in 2020, according to blog.us.playstation.com, they are bringing it back from June the 3rd until until the 17th of that same month.
I was like, holy shit, they changed this from yesterday?
Yes.
Damn, that's a long time. So you'll be able to get some awesome games bundled together for the $30 price tag. US is going to be, wrong choice of words. They're not a bundle. You can get them separately for $30 a piece. Just had to clarify that.
Yes.
Sometimes I get confused when people tell me things, and also I think bundle means together, which it does, but don't want someone to think you can get all these 3 games for $30. Okay, so for the $30 price tag on sale are going to be Predator, Hunting Grounds, Death Stranding, and Dreams. So if you want to try any of those games,
They're $30 a piece, or they
$30 a piece. Did I say
$30
it?
a piece?
Yeah.
Ugh. No. No.
Yeah.
No. God of War 2018 is $10. Spider-Man 2018 is $10. There's Kingdom Hearts the 1, 2, plus all the other DLC and stuff is like $15. Don't buy those games he just said. No.
Yeah. Don't do it. If you want to save some money on your yearly subscription to PlayStation Plus, you can get 12 months for $30% off MSRP. You can also get 12
Bloodborne is
months.
$10.
Oh my god. Damn. You can also get 12 months of PlayStation Now for 30% MSRP. You can also get 3 months of PlayStation Now for 20% off MSRP. Just
go check that out. There's also a Switch sale, like a Bandai Namco sale going on. I wanted to mention that. That's why I had my Switch out. They're selling all kinds of weeby anime games. I actually ended up picking up a One Piece game. I haven't played a One Piece game in a long, long time.
This is the boat to get him.
I've been wanting to play. They pretty much all have decent reviews. They're usually not anything special. And I kind of broke it down between One Piece Unlimited World Red, which is a game that I played a little bit when it first came out. Really remembered liking it, and then I noticed that they had ported it to Switch, and it's $10 during the sale. I haven't played it yet. And then the other game was One Piece. I almost said the same game again. One Piece.
World Seeker.
No,
9000?
it's the Muso game where you can fight a bunch of people at the same time. Pirate Warrior. I think it's Pirate
like
Warrior.
Dynasty Warriors. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but with
I think it's called, what did I say? Pirate Warrior? Something like that. 3. But the reason I decided to get Unlimited World Red was because they just came out with the 4th game in that other series. It's newer. It has more stuff from One Piece, the show, which I'm so close to finishing. Dressrosa, which is the arc I'm currently in, like 2 episodes away from finishing it.
That's a really cool name. I don't know anything about One Piece. I've only seen a couple episodes. Like I've said here and there, don't think I'll ever actually jump into the universe, but I like the name. Whatever. I do like the name Dressrosa.
Dressrosa.
Oh,
Dress.
Oh, does he wear
No,
dresses?
it's just a weird name. The island that they're on is called Dressrosa.
Oh, I envision like a Blackbeard guy.
There is a Blackbeard guy.
Wearing dresses.
He doesn't wear
has a
dresses. He
laser
kills
and-
people.
I mean, yeah, they all kill people.
Sometimes. But you gotta do that sometimes. Somebody steps on your turf, man. You gotta
That's true.
gum that bitch.
That's true. That's why I got to find the person of
But
audacity.
the 4th in the series just came out this year, and it's got better reviews. It has more content, and it looks better. So maybe once I finish this, and once I catch up to the anime, I'll jump into the 4th one. That way, I kind of get the best of both worlds. So if you're looking for an anime game or something from Bandai Namco, go check out that Switch sale.
Speaking of Switch sales, you can also jump into a juicy little space adventure called The Outer Worlds.
Indeed, you can.
It's coming out June 5th. Ryan has some technical issues when he was playing it on
Game Pass for PC.
I also played it on Game Pass for PC. I love that.
It's
game.
really good. The writing's excellent. I think the combat is good, not great.
I'd agree with that. It is a really fun game as far as story goes. They did a really great job on the main story and also different sideline story beats. Sideline story beats? That's a weird way to say side quest. You can also really jump. There's some interesting weapons. There's like a gravity gun, and I I enjoyed using the plasma axe.
There was a plasma scythe. There was a plasma sword.
Yeah, I liked those. All in all, it was one of those things where I found myself kind of interested in the main story more than some of the side stories. I did do a couple side stories.
I did more side stories than I usually do, but that being said, I don't usually do very many.
Same either. But yeah, this is a sweet Space Adventure game. Obviously, it's not going to run super mega great on the
Oh,
Switch.
but that's
But
usually
you can put the damn thing in your pocket.
exactly. Unless the Switch is your main console, which is fine. It's one of the best consoles, perhaps ever. And one of the major reasons you have it, besides the exclusives, obviously, is that you can carry it with you. You can take Skyrim with you. You can take The Witcher 3 and Overwatch on the go.
Which is insane. Which is awesome. It is so cool. Props to Nintendo. They really did a weird. Granted, I'd like for some different features, but they bang up job.
Yeah, indeed. It's not perfect, but it's great. The last piece of news we have here, besides Corona Corner and deals, is going to be Call of Duty. This is according to GameSpot.com. It's very heavily rumored that the next iteration is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Okay. I can't wait to see the Call of Duty people give this game,
Duty treatment, like 2 months, and then they like the game for a month or two, and then for the next 11 to 10 months, they bitch about Call of Duty until the new one comes out.
That's true. Yesterday, I forgot how we got on this topic, but we both ranted a while about Call of Duty save files.
Oh my gosh, dude.
There's no reason that damn game needs to be 200
No,
gigs.
not really. I agree. I think it might be more than that now because they've
Probably with all the updates.
they've had a lot of updates. I had an update. I made this joke yesterday. Is they've had several updates for that game that are bigger than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's insane. I was while I was doing all this podcast stuff last night, Battle.net opened up and was like, "Hey man, Call of Duty update," and it just started downloading like a 30 gigger, and I was sitting there thinking, "Damn it, what are you installing?" Also, if I install a 30 gig if I install any update and I open the game and then it says, "Hang on, before you can play multiplayer, let me patch and install these shaders and bullshit."
Yeah.
What were you doing during?
I like the game. I'm because the campaign's good. And I have played it a decent amount, the multiplayer, but the reason I bought it really was because I have several friends that are big Call of Duty players, and they buy it every single year. So I just assumed they would buy it. It was crossplay this year, so I wouldn't have to worry about playing on my PlayStation 4 or anything like that. And then none of them bought it.
Yeah, I bought it and then realized, like I do with every Call of Duty I buy, why do I buy this shit? I don't like these games.
I bought this one and then I bought the one before that, but I hadn't bought Call of Duty for years until that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, why do I buy these games? I will say I did enjoy the little bit of zombies I played on Blops 4, and I did enjoy some of the Warzone. Thank you. Gee, I would have got there.
I think they're
eventually.
well made, for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not shitting on them by how they're made. I'm just saying that sometimes I just hate them.
I just want to. I installed it on my desktop where I could actually see it. It's not just sitting on Battle.net. So the plan is, hopefully sometime in the next month or so, finally get through with the campaign and then get it off my computer.
Yeah, I have it set just on an external hard drive, and it just sits there because I was tired of trying to do stuff on my PC, and they constantly tell me, "Hey, this is you're out of space, and we need more space from you." And you keep thinking that you need more space, and you're like, "Sweet, I'm gonna try out this new game or something," and Call of Duty says, "Nope, curb stomps that game right off your hard drive, right into the gutter."
That's really the last big piece of news here. We can move on to some Corona Corner, which is it's going to be another show that they're announcing. It's going to be called the New Game Plus event. Basically, what this is going to be, it's going to be like kind of a summer of games type deal, E3 type deal for smaller games.
Sweet. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good time this summer.
When is it coming out?
June.
Are you sure it's coming out in June?
I'm
Oh my gosh,
85%
I'm
sure
looking
it's
it
coming
up.
out in June.
This
I'm
kid.
85. I had all my stuff ready yesterday. Okay. I literally just typed in July. just July into
June
Google.
23rd.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was my birth month. It's there. It's coming out. So I'm excited for it. Even though we got Corona and people acting crazy some places in the world, we can still get some fire video game news. Rep E3 though.
Rip E3. It'll come back.
Rep E3.
I think it will come back. I don't know what in what form though.
I hope it doesn't come back. I
I think
think
it
they
was
just
a
need
really
to.
big mistake for them not to do some sort of online
Yes.
event, because these publishers are gonna and these gaming outlets and stuff, they're gonna
Go.
just destroy E3.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, hey man, we found out this thing called Skype and Zoom and we or Instagram. Fuck, do it. Twitch. Hell, just they're gonna
Exactly
figure
what
it
they're
out.
gonna do. They're gonna do. Are you talking
Exactly,
about E3?
yeah.
I don't know what
I'm
E3's
just
gonna do
no,
next year.
Dude, man, poor E3. That sucks. Oh, that's gonna be it for the news. Get you some deals right now. If you do not have Epic Games installed on your computer,
Get it
install
on
your
there.
computer. Get it on there. Ryan said something very smart yesterday. I didn't even think it's the best damn advice I think he's ever given somebody
Saying
on this
a
podcast.
Because I give the spiciest meatball of advice.
Dude, a meatball sub right now will be
I
fire.
don't really like meatballs.
It's okay. I'm
I like
down with a
meatballs
meatball
or
sub.
laxatives. Just had to get that in there again.
Oh man, that meatball thing that triggered me a little bit, made my hands in the fist. Anyway, so even if you do not have Epic Games installed on your computer, you should install it because they give away free stuff all the time and it's amazing. Basically, what you should do is you should log onto your computer, make an Epic Games account so you can get the best free games right now and just add them to your account. And when you get a PC later in life, you can just install all of them. Right now, what I'm trying to say is, long-windedly, they are giving out Civilization
With all the
6.
DLC, I believe.
Yeah, for free, which is banging. The last game they gave away was GTA 5. Blew my fucking mind.
Insane. It's actually insane. And then this Thursday, which is the day after tomorrow, I believe, they're giving away another game that they have this big ass Disney Vault-esque JPEG or whatever on their site.
Yeah, and you're just thinking, what the fuck are you going to release now?
The Last of Us 2.
GTA. Dude, what if it's 5, 6? Dude, what if it's a game that has 7 in its name?
What if it's the Dude Perfect video game?
Dude,
Is that a
I'd play
thing?
that. I really liked their documentary a lot. It was really cool.
I forgot about it.
They didn't talk about God as much as I thought they would.
We
but-
can be Jesus.
Oh, yeah. So get those deals if you want to. Also, if you got an old PlayStation Plus, you can get Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That's gonna be next month's PS Plus, or one of the PS Plus titles you get for free. Like we said earlier in the podcast, there are some rumors that Spider-Man might be along with it. That'll be insane and that would be amazing. I would probably get the platinum on it because it's a really easy platinum, and I just never got it because I wanted to move on to the next game.
It was a fun game. That's going to be it for the show. They're not a sponsor, but I want to thank Hindenburg for the trial so that we could record this. I probably will not be giving you $400 for this program, but thank you for letting me use it. Fuck you, Audacity.
Damn, boy. Rude. You're a rude dude.
Yeah.
You're a rude dude.
I got a lot going on inside my body right now. Listeners, I'm sorry for cursing at Audacity. Anyway, you can reach out to the podcast at Wanna Me Podcast on Twitter. You can reach out to me on Twitter at Swaylock or twitch.tv/Swaylock. If you want to follow me on there, that would be appreciated. I'll probably be streaming some more Yakuza either today or tomorrow. You can reach out to Ryan on Twitter at Ryan Divisions. You can also read his articles he writes on Medium.
Oh
Games
yeah, I do
Cubed.
that.
He's a writer, baby. Oh. You can reach out to him on Medium, Games Cubed. All these links are going to be in the description as always. If you don't have any of that stuff and you just want to email us, you can. wantamepodcast@gmail.com.
Who would have thought
That'd
we'd
be
still
great.
be emailing in 2020?
I really didn't. I wish they had hoverboards by now.
Apparently, this is according to PlayStation Blog. I just got this update. The new online PvP shooter Warface Breakout is available today on PS4.
Also, we have an Instagram. This man's gonna get us copyrighted. I'm trying to finish the show. He's up living life. Okay, take your medicine. So, if you want to reach out to us on Instagram, you can at WantItMeGaming. Thank you to Alicia for the artwork and the Heatley Brothers for our music. Also, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could like, share, comment, subscribe, and do everything else you need to do to share this show. Also, if there's anything weird with this one, just know that this is a trial, and I spent about 30 minutes learning how to use this program. So,
Release that scuffed ass version or not?
fuck no. Stay safe and play on.